Online Big Blue, bringing you the best in New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. Oh, you know what? Sometimes you just get your heart ripped out. And that was this game today. We had the opportunities, we had the chances, we had everything to get off the snide and turn around and just have the ability to maybe not climb back into the division race, but to just get off the mat. Now, some are going to say this was a hard-fought game by the Giants. You know what? I don't care if you, and I've said it before, I don't care if you lose by 30, I don't care if you lose by 1, it's a loss. We are now 0-5, and we have 4 out of 5 games against division opponents coming up. It's heartbreaking because this team had opportunities to win. The biggest problem was that, Dak Prescott going, listen, I am a Cowboy hater. Everyone knows that. I cannot stand the Cowboys for the life of me. But you know what? That's just the way it is. And you know what? I'm not going to sit there and apologize for Dak Prescott going out or say anything. He went out. It's football. It's an injury. I don't know what else to say. I wish him well. You don't want to see a player ever get hurt like that. But him going out gave us the ability to come back and have the potential to win this game. The problem is we shoot ourselves in the foot. Now everyone's going to say, well, this is a moral victory because we hung in there 37-34. There's no moral victories, guys. We're 0-5. I had us winning this game a couple weeks. I mean, when I did my predictions, I had us going 1-4 to start the season, us winning this game, and then I did a video recently saying we're going to lose the game. But you know what? There's no moral victories. We make too many mistakes. It's an undisciplined team at times. You can look at the bright sides that Darius Slayton came back out of his cocoon, that Devontae Freeman ran the ball well, even though we only had 3.5 yards a carry, that Wayne Gallman, again, I don't know why we're not running Wayne Gallman more. I do not get that. That is aggravating the hell out of me. I do not understand that. Daniel Jones had an okay game. The fumble again for the touchdown was costly. The dude has no blind side awareness. It's unbelievable. I mean, for the good that he does, the ability to not sense pressure in the pocket is killing us. We cannot keep giving up turnovers for points. This guy has been in the league now for 17 games in this league. He cannot keep making the same mistakes over and over again. For the good plays that he makes, they all get nullified for the knucklehead plays that he makes. And then we have to go back into the offensive line. Again, Andrew Thomas had his issues. Daniel Jones gave him 3 sacks. He did have clean pocket at times. Nick Gates, man. Nick Gates is killing us too. Illegal block behind the back, 1 penalty, and then he had a holding penalty on the other drive. And so much pressure at times. The Cowboys have shown the league now how to attack the Giants line. Not that they need any help. The Cowboys showed if you go right up the middle, we are going to collapse, and that has to do with the center. So as the alpha male Nick Gates has played well, at times, he's still going to be a liability. And we need to address that. It's the same with the running game. Yes, we ran the ball better. We ran the ball 26 times for 95 yards, but only 3.7 yards a carry. And one of the touchdowns came from Evan Ingram. Last time I checked, he's not a running back. And then, like I said, then we have some stupid penalties. I mean, again, Colbert leading with his head on that 1 penalty. That was another big penalty that killed us. CJ Board with that illegal pick. And people were like, well, that's a ticky-tack foul. No, he wasn't running around. He was running a pick play, which is fine. You just don't get caught. And then we have the whole Cam Fleming not setting for the field goal, which we threw for the touchdown. Yes, you have to set. You have to set. That is the rule of the league. You need to know that. Even if you're pulling some chicanery, the line needs to understand that they need to be set. That was a penalty. Anyone could say the ticky-tack foul all they want, but that was still a penalty. And then even you have plays by like old Kyler. Kyler has his moments, and I've said this before, he has a liability in coverage. And people are going to be like, well, he picked that pass off and ran it in for a touchdown. No, he picked the pass off because Elliott missed. Missed and punched the ball into the air. Yeah, that's why I picked it off and ran it in. But he also got burned by a quarterback. He got burned by Dak Prescott for a touchdown. How, as an NFL linebacker, when you see the quarterback running into the end zone, you cannot keep up with the quarterback? Kyler can rush the passer. That's what he can do, and that's what Green Bay said when they can get rid of him. He will make you plays here and there, but then he will also turn into a liability in coverage. And then it's the defense. The defense plays well at times, but even on Elliott's touchdown run, what's with all the arm tackling? Where do we, all of a sudden, we forget to wrap up? We have too many mental lapses for this team. Now, people are going to say, well, you're only pointing out the negative. Yes, you know what? You point out the negative when you lose continuously like this. And then it's the same thing with burning the 2 timeouts before the end of going into the fourth quarter. The defensive timeout and the other we had to take it, and the other timeout we had to take. So that left us Daniel Jones with only 1 timeout left, on that final drive. It's the boneheadedness that gets to me, and I've said it before. I said in the video, I said that even in the thumbnail, we are not ready to win a game yet. It's plain and simple. We're not ready to win a game yet because we can't. Okay, listen. Let's put it this way. Dallas Cowboys have a good offense. They put up 37 points. We probably should have taken more advantage of Dak Prescott going up. Andy Dalton goes 9 for 11 for 111 yards. He actually had a higher yard per average than Dak at 10.1. Hell, Cedric Wilson had a large one, when he threw the touchdown for 11 yards. Dallas has an atrocious defense. As bad as our offense is at times, the defense is atrocious. It made our offense look good, and we still couldn't consistently run the ball. We're still not sensing the pressure. We still have too many problems. This is a heartbreaking game once again. We finally had a Marcus Golden sighting. I had one thing that kind of pissed me off a little bit. Dalvin Tomlinson gets the sack after the Dak Prescott injury, and then he goes off like crazy, like he just won the freaking Super Bowl. And I know it's in the middle of the emotion of the moment, but you don't dance around like that when the other team's franchise quarterback just broke his ankle. I mean, that was Bush League to me. I'm sorry, that was just Bush. And I don't care what anyone thinks about that. I am not a Cowboy fan. I hate the Cowboys. I hate the Eagles. I love the Giants. But that was Bush League. And you know what? We are just not ready to win. That's all. I mean, we're getting close, but we are not ready. We may be ready next week against Washington, but I don't even know if that game is now going to be something that we could hang a hat on and say we're going to win, because Washington is equally as bad as we are, but their defense is equally as good as ours. Our defense is good, and I've said it before. Our defense is the top 10 defense. Plain and simple. Our offense, not so much. And I was happy, like I said, to get the Darius Slayton sighting. You have him get some big catches. But like I said, Daniel Jones needs to just focus. He needs to get back in. We've got to. He played better, but we still need to figure out Daniel Jones's problems. And that's what we need to figure out right now, because honestly, we are not going to go anywhere as a team if Daniel Jones does not start playing better. And people are going to be like, well, he can only do so much. You know what? You want to be a Daniel Jones apologist? That's fine by me. I don't really care. But you know what? Daniel Jones right now is not a good quarterback. Andy Dalton, coming off the bench, who even fumbled a snap, is right now a better quarterback than Daniel Jones. I'm not saying Colt McCoy, but I'm saying you need to get Daniel Jones right somehow. We need to figure out what his problems are. We need to move forward. And we need to figure out this as a team. Because like I said, Daniel Jones only ran the ball 2 times with -7 yards. You know why? Because the Cowboys actually held the edge well against Jones. That's why. And without his mobility and making those plays, right now, he's only, like I said, today he only averaged 6.7 yards on a play, throwing the ball. So I'm not into the love fest with Daniel Jones right now. I'm not saying cut him. I'm not saying bench him. I'm just saying, you know what, that we need to figure this out. And this is more of a raw reaction. We'll do a better in-depth preview tomorrow. But like I said, we are not ready to win. We are not ready to win just yet. I don't want to hear anyone say, well, it was a good victory. It was a moral victory. No, we played well against a bad defensive team. Washington is not a bad defensive team right now. They're not as good as we are defensively, but they are not a bad they are a better defensive team than the Cowboys. So we need to figure this out, and we need to try to get a win. We go 0-6 the season. At my mind, we go 0-6 the season is lost. And that's what we need to do. I'll have a better review show tomorrow like we always do. And again, this is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best in New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. And as always, if you could like, if you could subscribe, if you could ring that bell, I think you know that would be awesome.